Today is the Feast of Our Lady of the Snow. It's the commemoration of the Basilica of Mary Major in Rome. And I don't know what this is. Do we have a bee's nest? That could be a bee's nest. I guess the question will be, pay attention and don't be standing next to it in case bees come through, because if you're near their nest, they'll be annoyed and then they'll attack you. I don't think it's, my wife has been working out here a lot. You would think she would have noticed. Oh, but there's a lot of ants there. What's going on or where that's headed? It's always going somewhere. So the Feast of Saint Mary Major, so back in the 300s, a church was built in the Roman patrician John and his wife were childless. They decided to give their money to the church. This was in the 350s or so. And they, on the evening of August 5th, on the hill of the Aquiline Summit, it started to snow in Rome. And they both had a vision of this as well. Now, there's no historical accounts, but the husband and wife had a vision. John and his wife had a vision. And they were trying to figure out how to give their money to the church. And they had this vision. And on that evening, snow dropped onto this mount in Rome. And they took that obviously as a sign. And that's where they had a church built. The Pope dedicated it, Pope Liberius, and it was, hey, you. No, we're not going through there. Liberius, and it was called Liberian or something, but it was named after him. And in the 460s, another pope restored, or whatever you call it, renovated the church, and it was renamed Mary Major. I don't know what I looked up, major and minor feasts, and I tried to look it up, and it gave a different word like major something and minor something, but I didn't spend a lot of time trying to figure out what's the differences. But this is the feast of that dedication of that church, and that's the meaning behind it. There's no historical, even when the Pope dedicated it in I think it was 462, it said, in his dedication, there was nothing mentioned of this snow episode, but that's the story that goes with this feast. At some point, it was a feast of that church. Then later, a couple of centuries later, one of the popes made it a feast of all the churches on August 5th in Rome, and then eventually it became broader for more than just Rome. Here. Okay, do we have to go through here? Do I have to crawl through? Seriously? So today, the Feast of St. Mary Major, the dedication of the Church of St. Mary Major. Let's remember all the churches, all the beautiful churches. Every one of these old churches are absolutely beautiful and remind us of that taste of heaven, I think, that we're going to. Hey, wait, where's Toby? Let's find Toby. Toby! These are places where, see over there? Places where Mass and places where Jesus visits on a regular basis. Toby! Any church, any Catholic church has Jesus consecrated on the altar and generally reserved on on the altar. And so Jesus is present there. So basically, God is present, heaven is present, the saints are present in that place. And all of these older basilicas, all these older churches are beautiful. Even if it's just a regular church, they're still beautiful when you compare them to the things that are, to some of the places of worship that are being built today. So, and I think the one explanation of pictures and things in churches was because people only until the last 300 or 400 years, 200 or 300 years, have people been basically able to read, literate enough to read. So by looking at that picture worth 1,000 words, there you are, they were able to get the ideas of the lives of the saints and the life of Jesus with Mary and Jesus and his apostles and his life. So by seeing those pictures, and so many of the older churches are just so pretty in the art and in the construction of the churches as a place that really does honor God, does the best we can to honor God. Of course, God doesn't need anything from us. He's God. He's all, everything good. But we do the best we can when we make these churches and basilicas. So let's today, I don't know if you ask the church to pray for us. Let's ask all the saints to pray for us. Let's, on this feast of Mary Major, the dedication of the Church of Mary Major, let's pray for the souls in purgatory. Ask the saints to pray for us. Pray for conversion to the Americas.